Hey everyone, welcome back to my little corner of the universe. This is David from The Universe According to David. Today I wanted to tell you a little story about my experience with Social Security and with Medicare. So a lot of people, like our friend Sarasota Tim, likes to preach retiring at 62. They almost, a lot of these people that talk about retiring at 62, it's almost like they don't even suggest that you think about doing it, but you should think about it and make sure if it's right for you. It was right for me, and I'll tell that story in another video. But what I wasn't prepared for is Medicare. So when Medicare kicks in when you turn 65, now you can, I think you can decline Medicare. But I think if you eventually go on to it after you're 65, I think they penalize you something. So the point of this video is that you should get yourself somebody that understands the Medicare system, somebody that understands the Social Security system, which is what I did when I, just before I turned 65. I had a friend of mine that works at a company called Bankers Life. They provide basically like gap coverage insurance and also assist people with negotiating the Medicare system. So that's what I did, and there's no fee for that. They just get paid a commission if you buy a supplemental medical coverage plan, which I did. It was an N plan. So when I turned 65, Medicare for me automatically kicked in, and was $170 or something like that a month just for basic Medicare Part A and Part B. Now, the thing is that, first of all, if you're somebody like myself who has potentially a lot of medical costs, you pay a lot more with straight Medicare, and it can be very expensive if you go in for a few tests or you have a couple of hospital stays every year. So what I did is I bought gap coverage. It cost me $136 a month. So that is about $1,500 a year. But my out-of-pocket max is $240. So after I meet my deductible, which is $240, my gap coverage covers everything. And it's already paid off. I mean, I went for a colonoscopy in August, and I think the total bill for that was like around $60,000. So definitely pays off. So if you're somebody that, potentially has a lot of medical things that might be coming up, and we all will have that eventually anyway, it's good to have that. In 2025, I believe the premium for regular Part A and Part B Medicare is going up to $180. So, my insurance is $180 plus an extra $136 for my gap coverage. Now, the other thing that last year, when I turned 65, I started, because you don't get prescription coverage, so you have to buy your own prescription coverage. And I have Eliquis and Tresto and Jardiance, 3 very expensive medications that I take, and I needed some supplemental prescription coverage as well. So for last year, the second part of this year, from August through the end of this year, I signed up for Blue Cross, a Blue Cross plan, but it's good up front, but then you get into this gap area, which I think they call the donut hole. I don't know why, but you end up paying 25% of each of your prescriptions. So I've paid, like up to right now, I've paid about $600 or $700 out of pocket. And now I fall into this gap area where I have to start paying 25% of my prescriptions. So fortunately, I don't need to refill anything this month, so I'm good through the beginning of January. But the problem is with this prescription coverage is that when you get into that gap or that donut hole, the plan that I have, which costs me $117 a month, now that is taken directly out of my Social Security, so I never see that money. It's automatically deducted. But I'm in the gap right now where I have to pay up to $8,000. Once I get to $8,000, then it's covered at 100%. But like for example, the Jardiance, a 3-month supply of Jardiance is about $2,500. So that's $300-400. I don't have the math exact, but I know you can imagine how much it is. And my 3 main prescriptions are that. So about $2,500 a month and then 25%. But fortunately, there was a bill passed or something that they're changing with prescriptions. So the max you can pay now out of pocket is $2,000, which I'll save almost all of that exclusively on the premiums, because my premium now, and I switched insurance companies for my prescriptions, my premium went down to $17 a month. So I'm going to get an extra $120 plus the COLA increase this year, which isn't much for next year, which is like an extra $50 or $60. But I'll be saving about $150 a month more. And but the thing is that you have to, if you do take a lot of prescriptions, you have to shop around and make sure that you select a plan that covers all of your prescriptions. So with the guy that I dealt with at Bankers Life, his name is John Butterfield. He's here in Clarkston, Michigan, in the Detroit area. Now there's Bankers Life offices all around the country, so you can just search. But John, the guy that I dealt with, was awesome. He laid out clearly, if I just stuck with regular Medicare Part A and Part B, just paid the $170 premium for this year, what my out-of-pocket costs might be for medical coverage. And then, he did sell me on this Blue Cross plan for this year. But now, because of the changes in the prescription coverage for Medicare, he selected a plan for me that, and I didn't have to do any of this work either, folks. He did all the work. He took all of my prescriptions that I take right now, and he searched for a plan that covered all of my prescriptions. So it's going to cost me $17 a month. That again will come right out of my Social Security, so I never have to worry about paying the premium. Because if you miss paying your premium, they can cancel you from the prescription plan, and then you're screwed for the rest of the year or until the next time that you can change your insurance comes up. So he covered all that for me. I didn't have to do anything. He just came up with the plan, and I said, let's do it. So I signed up for it, and I'll be saving. Oh, and the other thing with this prescription plan that is from Humana is that my maximum out of pocket is $1,730 for the year. So the difference is that most of your expenses are up front. So, my first month is going to be $800. Then the next month it'll probably be like $500, and goes down and down until you get to your max out of pocket. And then the rest of the year, your prescriptions are totally covered. Now, the other thing that they've changed for the prescription plan is that you can select to have all of your prescriptions. You can get all your prescriptions for free, and the insurance company will bill you, and then you can pay them off over time. But my guy, John at Bankers Life, suggested not to do that because it's the first year that they're implementing these things. And he said, a lot of things fall through the cracks, and if it doesn't work out right and they show that you are not paying your your prescriptions, then they can cancel you out of the prescription program. So you got to be really careful. I guess the point of this video is that before you retire, whether you're retiring at 62, 65, whatever, talk to somebody that knows, that is a professional that knows about Medicare. I suggest talking to somebody at Bankers Life, and they're not paying me for this or anything, but I just had a really good experience with them, had a good experience with John Butterfield here in Michigan, and he answered all of my questions, regarding Medicare and everything. So he walked me through everything, and he knows the ins and outs of Medicare, so I didn't have to do any research on Medicare myself. He knew all the answers, and we just sat down back in June, in mid-June this year, and we talked for like 2 or 3 hours. He walked through everything. We came up with a plan, and we implemented it. So anyway, for 2025, I'm getting some free money like Sarasota Tim talks about. I'm getting an extra $150 back in my Social Security because of my change in premiums with my prescription coverage. I'm leaving my medical gap coverage as it is because, like I said, one test or something can, really get deep into your pockets if you don't have the right plan. So my maximum out of pocket for next year is $240. And the other thing that I'm saving is, potentially $8,000 in prescription coverage. I'm going to go down to $1,700 for the year. So I'm saving, $6,000, something like that, $6,500. So, it's worth it for you to do your homework. If you just get confused by Medicare and all of the things you see online, just look for somebody that really knows Medicare inside and out. Look for a professional. And even if you have to pay them a little bit of money, I think it's well worth it, my friends. So that's my story. Maybe in another video I'll talk about why I decided to retire at 62, why it made sense for me. Again, it doesn't make sense for everybody. We're all different. But mostly, we have to be sensitive about when we're approaching 65, when we get to Medicare. We have to make a intelligent, informed decision if we're going to take Medicare when we're 65 or if we're going to decline it for some reason. So you have to look at that carefully. Even if you're still working and you're going to work past 65 and you're getting another insurance company, you're on insurance from your work, it's good to check that out and make sure your insurance will still be in force when you're eligible for Medicare. So do your homework. Be careful. Don't screw yourself over with your insurance, because we need this stuff as we get older. All right, my friends, I hope you're having a great day. Hope you're enjoying the beginning of December. Today is December 4th. Very chilly weather here in the Detroit, Michigan area. Stay warm, stay safe, be good human beings, and be useful to other people. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.